Hey everyone, welcome to our coffee run. I have no idea what episode number we are up to. Gosh, I'm very shiny in here. That's really interesting. So it is the end of day one of Visible Live Market Yourself Like a Rock Star. And I wanted to chat with you about what some of the biggest insights have been from today and some things that we've been talking about. I know it is Friday night at probably like 1 o'clock, so I will do my best to keep this brief and amazing, of course. So one of the things that we were talking about is imposter syndrome. Hey, Georgina, we've been talking about credibility. We've been talking about building things in place so that competition doesn't even become a consideration. And the way that we've done this is about like really looking at how people can create their own intellectual property. Because if we can have a way of pulling things out of your head and then being able to articulate it in a way that is unique, that is freaking powerful, that is evidence-based, that is amazing and fabulous and awesome to you, and then look at ways of being able to kind of tease that out and expand it, then one of the really amazing payoffs of this is that there is no competition, right? There is no one else in your space that could possibly do things in the way that you do them or articulate them in the way that you do them. When I asked the ladies, it's all women in the room this weekend, and I asked them, what has been the best, most amazing thing out of today? Hey, Karen. And one of them just said it's completely annihilated this fear of being a copycat. So, for me, I know that there's been different times throughout my business journey where I've had these different ideas, or I've been inspired by something that somebody else has said or done. And I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool to do. That'd be really cool to talk about. But then kind of get caught up in that whole, what if they think that I'm copying, or what if other people see and think that I'm copying? And it's a really interesting, I guess, kind of process to be able to work through. And I think most people get concerned about this. I think many people get worried about sounding the same as somebody else, particularly if there is someone else in their industry that they really look up to, that they think are also amazing, and you don't want to sound like them, right? So my normal way of dealing with this is putting the blinkers on. I will usually just completely stop looking at anything that anybody is doing. I'll unfriend, I'll unfollow, I'll make sure that I'm just like in my own lane. Hey, Ainsley. And just really, look at doing that, because I think it's really important for you to stay true and authentic to you, for you to stay true and authentic to your message. But when you've got people who are really kind of like powerful voices in your space, it can sometimes... That was so strange. The ice from the ice machine, it just started doing things and it just scared the crap out of me. I thought somebody was about to come in the door, and there's nobody else in the apartment with me. So that was a little freaky, you guys. Yes. So now what was I put the title up in here of what it was that I was going to say, and I can't remember what that was now. So that's what we worked through. So one of the things I would suggest that you have a look at doing is working out what is a 4-step process, or what is the 4 steps that you primarily take people through. Big picture. Is it knowledge? Is it helping them to see their own knowledge? Is it about them really being able to see their point of difference? Is it about creating and establishing confidence? Is it about creating and establishing clarity? Is it about helping people create a plan that they can get some traction with and then start getting some results with? Like, what's your signature process? And actually what then happens, and that might be kind of similar to somebody else's, but then where the power really kicks in is where we go, all right, so let's say that your first one is confidence. And maybe the first thing that you talk people through is around mindset, which, kind of really makes sense, right? So if you want to be more confident, you've got to really work on your mindset. The other thing with confidence, and some things that can really inspire confidence, is for you to remember how much you freaking know, right? You've got years of experience, you've got years of life experience, you probably possibly qualifications coming out of the freaking wazoo. And, it's really important that you are able to create a way that you can inspire and create that confidence for your people as well. Hey, Lisa, great to see you. So I think that, all of that is super important when it comes to developing confidence. And then to me, the third thing in that phase is really you being able to see and recognize and fucking celebrate your strengths, right? Like, what are your strengths? Your strengths might be that you are a beautiful empath. Maybe your strengths are that you can talk all day underwater with a mouthful of marbles, have 10 minutes to like regroup, recalibrate, and then come on and have all of the words for a live stream. Maybe your strengths, and this is sometimes called your zone of genius or your zone of awesomeness, might be that you just know that thing that people need to hear in order for them to then feel confident to then go and take action, right? What are your strengths? And if you can work that out, then you can go, all right, so what activities could I create to help people with that? What things could I do to help people to be able to understand and unpack that? What things could I do? Could I create an audio? Could I create a PDF? Could it be a workshop? Could it be a strengths assessment that you help them to do, right? Now, I've just remembered what I titled the live stream as. So let's pretend that you were going to say to somebody, look, you've got to work out, in order for you to be more confident, you've got to work on your mindset, you've got to really work on acknowledging your knowledge and your experience in what it is that you're doing so that you can really see, for want of a better word, like your worth, right? Not that our worth is based on knowledge and experience, but like building confidence is kind of like logical and often needs to be quite evidence-based. So when we go and do an actual reality check and we look at the things that you have done, and I talk about this in the book Visible, where you look at what you've achieved in your lifetime, in both your personal life and in your career. We look at the things that you've been able to do and the breakthroughs that you've been able to have throughout your family life, or perhaps with your friends, or whatever the case might be. So you might have somebody say, like in the strengths assessment, for example, I don't know how to do a strengths assessment. I know how to do a self-prescribed strengths assessment. But in terms of an actual analytical, data-based thing, I don't have any clue how to do that. So I might introduce the concept of it and then refer people on to something that might be able to actually assess that better. So for example, like eDisc profiling, or perhaps suggest that they go and do an Enneagram assessment, or that they go and do some archetype work, or like things like that, right? So I might not be an expert at doing strengths assessments, but I know that someone recognizing their strengths is a motherfucking important step in them to developing and really embodying their confidence so that they can get themselves out into the world, so that they can be visible, so that they can be seen as being different, so that they can be seen as being authentic and knowledgeable and amazing and inspiring, and so that they can become the queen of the motherfucking internet, right? Or king, if you're a male. So like, to me, it's just like, oh my God, I don't have to be an expert in that topic to be able to introduce it. I don't have to be like, so hey Joe, Joe's joined us this evening, and she is a badass piano teacher, right? Absolutely amazing. The method that she uses for piano is awesome. Now I can say music is something that is so important for you to have in your life and in your world, and often, like, you've got to have music in your life on a daily basis. Now, I am not a music expert. I am not a brain expert. I don't know, actually, I can go and find articles, but I don't know what it does to the brain, but I know it freaking helps. So I can introduce the concept, and then if someone said, oh, look, I'd really love to learn how to play the piano, then I'm going to refer them on to Jo. She does virtual lessons, she helps students all around the world. I'm going to refer her to... I'm going to refer that client or that prospect to the relevant expert, but I can absolutely introduce the topic in my marketing. And I think the thing that happens, particularly in this world of the internet, is that so many people are scared of sharing their opinion or talking about something when they don't know all the ins and outs of the things. So another topic that came up today, actually by one of the other ladies in the room, we were looking at really creating a way of monetizing her intellectual property, which is really freaking exciting, and her unique process of the way that she works with clients. Hey, Tess. And how have you not had enough of me yet? This is really hilarious. So one of the things that we said to her is like, okay, so she was talking about marketing and sales being a really imperative and important part and piece to everything that it is that she's doing. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. One of the truth bombs that I posted earlier today from the day was that if you don't know how to market and you don't know how to make sales, you're never going to be successful in business, or words to that effect. Because if you don't know how to get clients, then you've got no hope of making money. And if you're really good at marketing and you're really good at bringing in people, then that is fucking awesome. But if you don't know how to close a sale, then you've just wasted all of your time, energy, and money, and you're never going to get a client, right? Because people aren't just going to go, oh, flock to you, here, shut up and take my money. That's not what happens. They need to know like how you can help them. They need to know that there is a way that they can give you money, which means that, you know, you're actually not doing this just for a hobby, or you're not just doing it for charity, but even charities make money, so that's not even a thing either. So it's more like a hobby thing. If you're going out there doing everything for free, you don't have a business. Okay, you have a hobby. You have something that you're doing of being a service, which is really lovely, but you've got no hope of making any cash. So what came up was that she said, but I'm not an expert at marketing and I'm not an expert at sales. And I said, great. So why is it in there? Like, why are you introducing it? She said, because it's an important piece. And I said, yes, I agree. So instead of going in and saying, all right, you know, and now I have to educate on marketing. Now I have to educate on sales. I'm going to have to become an expert in this. I'm going to have to become an expert in that. No, fuck that. All you'll end up doing is studying and learning for the rest of your life, trying to be all things to all people. And then you almost become like a general practitioner versus a freaking badass brain surgeon, right? Brain surgeons are the ones, like as an example, they're the ones that get paid the big dollars. They might see one person a day. They are super specialized. They have refined their craft down to like perfection. And like, they're the people that if you've got something wrong with your brain, you go to a brain surgeon. If you have something wrong with your brain, you're not going to go to a general practitioner, right? So by specializing in what it is that you're doing, you actually become, you know, not just more niche, but you become more specialized. You're able to help your clients in a much deeper, more effective way that really plays into your strengths, your knowledge, and therefore helps increase and build up your confidence. And that then helps your mindset, right? So you see how all of this ties in with what we've been talking about tonight. So you don't have to be the expert to introduce a concept. I can talk about the importance of home styling if you want to sell your house. I'm not a freaking house stylist. I mean, I know what I like, but I'm not going to go out and advise people, but I do know if you want to make a quick sale, if you want to create that really like, oh, wow. When people walk in your home, you better stage that motherfucker so that you can really catch those people and help them to see what it would be like living in that house, feeling like they could be in there, imagining them sitting around the dinner table, sitting around the lounge area. You've got to stage that, right? So you've really got to put that time and energy into it. But I'm not going to say to you, oh, like white goes with beige, goes with brown, and put a pop of lime green in. You know, I'm not going to do that. That's not my jam. Although I'd like to be able to know how to do that, but it's not my jam. But I can certainly introduce the concept. So let go of any kind of fear-mongering or holding back and you having an opinion on something just because you feel like you are not an expert in it. The caveat to this is that if you are giving super specific advice, let's pretend you're a general practitioner and you're trying to diagnose a brain surgery client or patient, then that's really bad. Like, that's immoral. Don't do that. But you can certainly introduce a concept and then refer on to the person or the people who are best suited to help with that. So that's really that. So it's all really about you owning your area of expertise, your patch of the internet. And that leads me beautifully into me talking about my latest program, which is the Queen of the Motherfucking Internet. Now, I am so excited about this program. It is going to be so badass. It is 6 weeks. You, me, a group of other amazing people staking our claim, using our platforms, the positioning, the things that we have got available to us to build massive presence. But you've got to own your message, right? You've really got to get into that place where you're like, right, you know what? Yep, I can do that. Yep, I can do that. But you know what? This is who I am. This is the thing that I'm staking my claim in. I'm putting my flag in the surface of the moon and declaring that it's mine, whatever that is. So what we're going through over this 6 weeks is helping you to build confidence. You will have clarity. It is all of the C words, not the 4-letter one that could be shortened to like the Canberra United netball team. We're not talking about that. But have clarity, certainty, creating content, how to get clients, how to communicate, how to develop conversations, how to make the cash, baby, how to make the cash. Now, if you think about it, like, and what's really fun about this is this kind of happened a little bit by accident, right? So the Queen of the Motherfucking Internet is my kids, their friends will often say to my daughter, so this is my second daughter, they'll say, so like, what does your mum do? And it's usually come from their parents, which I think is the funniest thing ever. So they'll try and like suss out what I do, because at home, I generally fly under the radar, right? I'm not kind of like all out there at all of the community things, like doing my thing. Like my jam is doing this type of stuff at home. With flexibility. I like to really fly under the radar. And so my kids' friends will say, so what does your mum do? And they'll just say, oh, she's the queen of the internet. So I'm just like, this is really freaking hilarious. But what it got me more thinking about, and then I had a friend that I was on a retreat with. I'd never met her before. We were on this retreat together in, I think, 2012. And she saw this coaster after we'd spent like 9 or 11 days together. She saw this coaster, like a drink coaster, right? In a shop that said the Queen of fucking everything. And she sent it to me, like in the post. I'm like, oh, this is the best thing. So it has literally been sitting on my desk in my office or on my bedside table for like 6.5 years, right? So as I was journaling last week, I was just like, working out what the next program was going to be, because I'd been talking about like this event this weekend, Visible Live, Lisa, that yes, you missed the marketing for, I don't know how, but you missed the marketing for it. And I was journaling, I'm like, oh my God, it's like Queen of the Motherfucking Internet. Like, which, like, by the way, is kind of like, I'm taking the piss a little bit out of myself, right? Because even though I'm a self-proclaimed Queen of the Motherfucking Internet, it's more of a stance and an energy thing than me sitting here thinking like, I am lording and reigning supreme over all of the people and the beings in my queendom, right? It's like I'm kind of having a bit of fun with it, and I think that's what's really cool. The outcomes, though, I guess, is like it's an energy thing. So if we think about queens for a second, they rule. They are certain. They have got people surrounding them that help them lead in the best way possible. Queens don't give up after losing a battle, right? Think about it. Like, they do not just go, oh, I just tried that. It didn't work. Oh, I might stop now. No, like, queens are freaking gritty and tenacious and relentless and bold, unapologetic. They are gracious. They are kind. They're emphatic. They were fucking born for it. Right? They knew that this is something that they were going to do and be their whole entire lives. And they've just been waiting for that time to just go kind of like, bang, I'm here. This is who I am. Step up, bitches. Like, it's time to play. Right? So this is the kind of thing where they've almost been preparing it for their whole entire lives. And it's just time to really kind of own it. So if you have been feeling like you want some help, right? You're ready, but you're kind of like the queen in waiting in the green room, just kind of like waiting for that unleashment, that propulsion, that push, that, let's make this freaking happen, then this is a program that you really need to be in. We start on the 2nd of September. There will be pre-work going out next week. We are going to be talking about all of the things. So yes, you'll be learning how to write programs. Yes, you'll be learning how to monetize your message. Yes, you'll be learning how to write your copy. Yes, you'll be learning how to make sales. Yes, you'll be learning how to run your programs. You will be going through, like I said, all of those C words plus courses, curriculum, continuity, really seeing all of the things that are really necessary in ruling the motherfucking internet. Because let's face it, why the hell would we not want to do that? Why would we not want to leverage this freaking amazing platform, particularly on Facebook with 2.3 billion people daily active users? Like, why would you not want to try and 1.1 billion daily active users, 2.3 billion users on the platform. Like, why would you not want to try and leverage the fuck out of that while you can, right? Because there is no time better than right now for you to put yourself out there, for you to get out there and help the people that you were put on this fucking earth to get out there and help. Now, what this is going to mean is that you are going to have to annihilate all of your excuses. There can be no excuses. I will not, do not sign up for this program if you're the kind of person that says, oh, I didn't really have the time to do that thing. Well, no, sorry. Queens don't buy into, I don't have the time. Queens find the freaking time. Don't buy into the, I can't go and do this because I'm not sure what people would say. Well, that's great. But if you want to move past that, well, that's not great actually. But if you're worried about what people are going to say, then maybe you need to consider that that you need to find more certainty, that you need to find more courage, and that you've got to have people around you who are all helping propel you forward. I think that's a really cool thing about powerful groups, right? It's like when someone goes and does something, that everyone else can then come and rally around you. Like, you're not on your own. So I think that's really, really important. So I got a bit excited. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm just realizing that the light is dimming very significantly fast. So it's lucky I have a candle, and I'll try not to make it like the Blair Witch Project and go really weird on you. So the next 6 weeks, if you want to sign up for it, I haven't got a copy and paste thing ready. It is www.nicolamoras.com.au/internet. It's really, really simple, because Queen of the motherfucking internet is like the slug after the slash is really long. So I just made it /internet. Now, week 1, I'm just going to read this off my little thing because I don't have it in my brain. So week 1, we're going to be focused on cultivating the confidence and clarity for you to own your stance, your power, and for you to be able to declare that from the top of the towers, right, to all of the places. Week 2, we'll be schooling you on how to gain clarity and certainty of your message so that you can proclaim all that you're doing for your people clearly and with purpose. Week 3, we'll be going through how to creatively share this content out into the world. You will love this one. The thing that no queen will do will be sitting all day long, sitting on Facebook, typing. Queens have got other shit to do. Queens don't type all day long. That is really boring, right? Week 4, it's all about getting those clients in by communicating with them effectively and in a way that works for you and for them. Georgina has said, yes, we are. And Lisa says, this sounds good. Yeah, it is so good. It is so, so good. And we've got 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks to really refine and jam on all of this. I'm just beyond excited. Week 5, we're going to be talking about bringing in the cashola with the courses that you want to create, with the curriculum that you want to deliver with personality, flair, and style. So one of the things that came out of today is that people don't want to look the same as everybody else. They don't want to do the same. They don't want to do the same courses as everybody else. They don't want to put out the same content as everybody else. They really want to be seen. I need to turn the lights on because I'm starting to scare myself. They really want to be seen as being different, right? And knowledgeable and amazing and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll be doing everything that you're doing with your own personality and flair. Most people don't want to be me, right? And I don't want you to be me. I don't want to push out clones of me. I know that you don't want to be turning into a Nicola clone. Although, I'm very fabulous, we don't need more of me, me's in the world. We need more of you in the world. So this is about really finding, unleashing, and honing that for you, Maybe I'll turn around this way. And then week 6 is all, see, that's a bit better. And then look, you get a little bit of a view out the window. Week 6 is all about courageously continuing this reign with love, compassion, and of course, benevolence, because every amazing royal rules with benevolence, right? They're kind, they're compassionate, and they're amazing. So I am so excited to run this. If you've got questions about it, let me know. But otherwise, the link to jump on in is www.nicolamoras.com.au/internet. If you can't find that, go to my website and it is in the Work with Nicola tab. So the bottom line for all of this, before I set you free about your Champagne Friday, or more coffee, I don't need more coffee, whatever it is, however it is that you're celebrating the end of the week, here's the thing that you need to do to create more confidence in yourself so that you can get out there and put your message out there in a really big way. Number 1, remember who the fuck you are, right? Remember how amazing you are, how much experience you have, how much you've already changed the world just by being in it, and you need to freaking own that. The second thing is go and do a stock take of your knowledge. Go and have a look at all of the things that you have achieved and done since you were 15 years old, right? Go and actually break it down into 5-year blocks, 5-year increments, and just go and document that so you can remember, again, who you are and what makes you so freaking different. And then the third thing that you really need to do is work on your mindset. Anything is possible. Everything is possible if you have the right mindset. So this is about really recognizing and developing your resilience, tenacity, your grit, you not giving up just because you lose a battle, just because you put out something and no one buys. Like the number of times that I have launched stuff and not one person has bought is ridiculous, right? The number of times that I put posts up and people don't comment, people don't react, you don't get any likes. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna fucking stop? No, you're gonna keep going, because it's not just about just the one thing that doesn't convert or that doesn't get a like or doesn't get a comment or doesn't get a share, right? Queens are persistent, resilient, gritty, and they keep fucking going. Hey, Charlie. So that was a bit aggressive. Hi, Charlie. I was getting really excited. So the other thing about all of this, I suppose, is that queens are people who they're looking at the long game, right? Yeah, there are some short-term games that they will play. There are some short-term goals that they will certainly set, but they are in it for the freaking long haul. So if you are in it for the long haul, and if you know that it is your time, and if you know that your people are just out there waiting for you to show up, then the time to show up is now. There is no better time than now. The longer that you wait, the longer that you don't create your own way of marketing, your own way of creating your intellectual property, the own way of you being able to articulate and inspire and motivate your people, the longer your competitors or the other people who are not doing as good a job as you, or who aren't reaching the people that you're here to help, like you're letting them kind of like rule the freaking world. No more of that. Nope. It is your turn. It is your time. It is time to step up. Charlie, you're an awesome, badass rock star. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We may have used those specific words today in the room, so she knows exactly how to become the favorite student on the live stream right now. Because I don't know if anyone else is on. And it's like your children, you can't play favorites, it's not fair. So there you go, guys. They're the 3 things that you really want to work on. Most of all, though, at the bottom line of everything, the world needs you, right? And the only way, in my opinion, that you're really going to be seen, that you're going to be visible, that you're going to cut through the bullshit and the noise that is this online world, is by really stepping it up, upping the ante, and doing something fucking different. And this is what the queen of the motherfucking internet is all about. So that link, I will pop it in after. It is www.nicolamoras.com.au/internet. Have an amazing weekend. I was going to go live in the room today with you guys, and I totally forgot, because we were creating magic in that room today. I think it's the best So far, it is certainly by far the best event that I've ever facilitated and ever run. The magic in the room is palpable. It's just so exciting. So I will do my best to remember to go live with you tomorrow, and it'll be amazing. All right, so have a great night. Get out there, go help some people, be visible, and remember, the world is fucking ready for your brand of awesomeness. I'll talk to you tomorrow.